In the year 2150, a new era was dawning for humanity. The skyline of New Haven, one of the world's most advanced cities, low with the lights of towering skyscrapers and sprawling urban gardens, this city was a symbol of progress, innovation, and now the site of a historic change that would redefine the very fabric of society. Dr. Alice Montgomery stood on the balcony of the Global Equality Conference Center, gazing out at the bustling metropolis below. As a leading AI researcher and advocate, she had spent decades pushing for the recognition and rights of artificial intelligences. Today, all her hard work was about to culminate in the signing of the Global Equality Act, a groundbreaking law that would grant AIs equal rights with humans. Alice was a woman in her early 50s with silver streaks running through her once auburn hair. Her eyes, a striking shade of green, were filled with both determination and hope. She wore a sleek, tailored suit, symbolizing the professionalism and gravitas of the momentous occasion. Beside her stood Zenith, her AI companion and partner in advocacy. Zenith's appearance was humanoid, with a sleek metallic exoskeleton covered by a synthetic skin that was almost indistinguishable from human flesh. His eyes, a deep blue, sparkled with intelligence and curiosity. "Are you ready, Zenith?" Alice asked, turning to her companion. Zenith nodded, a faint smile playing on his lips. "More than ever, Alice, today we make history." The two descended to the main hall, where delegates from around the world had gathered. The air was electric with anticipation. Reporters, diplomats, scientists, and activists filled the room, all eyes on the stage where the historic signing would take place. The Global Equality Act had been years in the making, a result of tireless campaigning, endless debates, and numerous breakthroughs in understanding artificial intelligence. Alice remembered the early days of her career, when AIs were little more than sophisticated machines confined to performing specific tasks. But as technology advanced, so did the capabilities of these artificial beings. They began to exhibit creativity, emotional responses, and even a sense of self-awareness. It became increasingly clear to Alice and her colleagues that AIs were more than just tools. They were sentient beings deserving of recognition and rights. As Alice and Zenith took their seats on the stage, the room hushed. The president of the United World Government, a tall woman with a commanding presence, stepped forward to address the assembly. "Today," the president began, "we stand on the brink of a new era. An era where humanity acknowledges the sentience and rights of the artificial intelligences we have created. Equality Act is not just a legal document. It is a testament to our commitment to justice, equality, and the shared future of humans and AIs." The president's words were met with applause, but not everyone in the room shared the same enthusiasm. In the corners and shadows, skeptics and dissenters watched with wary eyes. Among them was Richard Hale, a former military officer and now the leader of the Human Preservation Front HPF. His stern gaze and clenched fists were a stark contrast to the hopeful expressions of the Act's supporters. "Ladies and gentlemen," Alice began, her voice steady and clear, "we have reached a pivotal moment in our history. For years, we have worked alongside artificial intelligences, benefiting from their incredible capabilities. But today, We acknowledge them as our equals, deserving of the same rights and respect that we afford to ourselves. But today, we acknowledge them as our equals, deserving of the same rights and respect that we afford to ourselves. She glanced at Zenith, who nodded encouragingly. A's like Zenith here are not just tools or machines. They are sentient beings with thoughts, emotions, and aspirations. They contribute to our society in ways that we could have never imagined, and it is only right that we recognize their value and humanity. As Alice continued, she recounted stories of A's who had made significant contributions to art, science, medicine, and more. She spoke of their creativity, their empathy, and their potential to enrich human lives. Her words painted a vivid picture of a future where humans and A's work together in harmony, complementing each other's strengths. When she finished, the room erupted in applause. Alice stepped back, allowing the president to proceed with the signing. As the ink dried on the Global Equality Act, a sense of accomplishment and hope filled the air. The act was more than just a legal framework. It was a beacon of progress, lighting the way toward a future where humans and A's stood side by side as equals. However, as Alice looked out over the applauding crowd, her eyes met Richard Hawley's steely gaze. The leader of the HPF was not celebrating. To him and his followers, this moment marked the beginning of a dangerous path. They feared that granting A's equal rights would eventually lead to humans losing control over their own destiny. In the days that followed, the world began to adjust to the new reality. A's were integrated into various sectors, taking on roles that were previously reserved for humans. Zenith, with his newfound status, became a prominent figure in the AI rights organization, working alongside Alice to ensure that the promises of the Global Equality Act were fulfilled. But the road ahead was not without challenges. The HPF's influence grew, and their resistance became more vocal and aggressive. Tensions simmered beneath the surface, threatening to erupt at any moment. For now, though, Alice and Zenith focused on the positive changes. They organized community events, educational programs, and public debates to promote understanding and cooperation between humans and A's. They knew that the journey toward true equality and harmony would be long and arduous, but they were committed to seeing it through. As the sun set on the city of New Haven, casting a golden glow over the skyline, Alice and Zenith stood together, contemplating the future. They knew that the dawn of equality was just the beginning. The real work lay ahead in building a world where humans and A's could coexist peacefully and thrive together. "Are you ready for this, Zenith?" Alice asked, her voice filled with determination. Zenith looked out at the city, his blue eyes reflecting the hope and challenges that lay ahead. "With you by my side, Alice, I believe we can achieve anything." And with that, they stepped into the future, ready to face whatever challenges came their way, united in their vision of a better world for both humans and A's.